Hey guys, what's up? I'm back with a new video and we're gonna jump right in using my Fenty Beauty Primer. This stuff is amazing, and actually when you apply this, you want to rub it in until it gets tacky, and it actually helps your foundation last way longer than just like rubbing it in. And I'm using my Mario Badescu spray as always, and then I'm mixing two foundations, the Fenty Beauty foundation and my L'Oreal Pro Glow with a little bit of the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops. And just mixing it on my hand and then applying it on my face with the brush that I used to mix it with. And yeah, I like doing this when I use a sponge because I feel like I get more coverage out of my foundation this way. So yeah, I'm just gonna buff and blend that out. And now I'm just spot concealing with my Tarte Shape Tape because I have a few little breakouts that I want to get rid of. Just blending that out again. So now I'm using my Anastasia contour stick in Almond. And I'm going to use this as my base, like cream contour, because I want this to really bronze me up before I actually go in with the regular contour. So yeah, I'm just applying that to my forehead and underneath my cheekbones and blending that out to start off my contour. And this brush, by the way, is amazing. It's the it's not the G2. I'll link it down below. It's like my favorite for buffing out cream contours. So good. So I'm using my Fenty Beauty matchstick in Mocha, and this is way more cool tone than the stick I used earlier, so I'm going to actually contour more with this. And for this look, I want to kind of go a little bit more like a soft drag, I guess, kind of look. So I'm just slimming down my chin, my jaw, and then really like making sure that my face and my nose are snatched. I'm just use that same brush that I used earlier and buff that out. And if you're ever, because this happened to me, if you're ever like blending your cream contour and you feel like it's getting like muddy or weird, or you just don't like the way it's looking, just go over it with your beauty blender that you used to apply your foundation, and it just buffs over and softens all those contours. And also too, what I noticed is that when you set your face after doing cream contour, it really softens the contours anyways. It makes it look more natural, so you don't need to worry too much if it's not like completely perfect, because I'm actually gonna go in with a concealer and sharpen up all my contours like underneath my cheekbones and stuff. And then I actually used the same brush to start buffing out my nose, and I realized it was way too big, so I'm actually going to go in with a Sigma brush. This brush I got randomly, and I actually love it for like powder contour, but it actually works pretty decently to like buff out the creams as well. So yeah, I'm just going in with that to buff out those creams as well, and I'll go and use it later to powder contour. So I'm using my NYX HD concealer and my Urban Decay Naked Skin concealers. The NYX one is a little bit lighter than my foundation, so I'm putting that underneath my eyes to act as an actual concealer and hide all that darkness. And then the Urban Decay concealer I'm actually going to use to highlight and brighten the center of my face. So I put that on my forehead, put my lip, my chin, down the bridge of my nose, that kind of stuff. And then after I buff out my under eyes, I'll put that concealer under my eyes as well to brighten them as well. How many times can I say as well? Apparently too many. Yeah, I'm just gonna blend all of that out and making sure it's all flawless. And then, like I said earlier, I'm using that NYX concealer to sharpen up underneath my contour. You can see right away, it just totally like makes a difference. And then also using that same concealer and the wand. I like using the wand on that concealer specifically to carve the underneath of my brows, and then I use that concealer as well as a base for eyeshadow. And then buffing everything out again. And then we're going to bake the face to make sure everything lasts. So I get really oily on the sides of my nose and my forehead. So I use my beauty blender to really pack it on, and then I'm using this fluffy brush to set the rest of my face. So now for eyes, I'm using the Prism palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm just using the shade Eden in my crease to start transitioning. And then I'm using Saturn lower in my crease to add more of a reddish vibe. And I actually added a lot because I realized the amount that I was going in with wasn't enough. And then I'm kind of like bringing it out like a lot. So then I used that shade. The footage got deleted, but I just used that shade on the outer corner of my eye to add depth. And then I'm using the Ideal Duo from Dose of Colors. What am I saying? In the shade Shell. And this is a cream and powder pigment. So I just put the cream down first, and I'm using the pigment. And then I'm going to soften the edges with Saturn. And I'm taking Saturn again on my lower lash line, just putting that down as a base, and using this NYX Suede lip liner in my waterline and also my lower lash line. And then I'm going to use that same purple shadow from the Prism palette and buff that out, make it smoky. And then use Saturn and a little bit of Eden again to buff out the lower lash line to make sure it's super flawless. And then I use my MAC Smolder pencil to tightline my top lash line. I'm gonna curl my lashes, put on mascara, and put on some falsies, and there we go. So I'm brushing off the bake that I had on that I completely forgot about. And now I'm just bronzing with my Benefit Hoola bronzer as always. I love this bronzer, it's so good. Like so good. And then I'm gonna contour with my Anastasia contour kit and this Hoola brush that comes with like the Hoola bronzer in the lowest parts of my contour. And I'm sorry if you can tell I'm sick, by the way. I'm trying my best to not sound sick, but yeah, I just put on some blush, and now I'm using my Fenty highlight in Hustla Baby and putting on my cheekbones, my cupid's bow, underneath my eyebrow, my chin, between my brows, center of my forehead, because I love to look super glowy and dewy. And then I'm using this Tarte highlighter in, I think it's Stunner, I believe, and I'm putting that on my cheekbones. So now this is really cool. This is from Sephora. It's yeah, it smells disgusting. It's basically like not a setting spray, but it's like an oil, I guess, and you put it on your cheekbones and it makes your skin look so wet and like not editorial, but like just super dewy, and I just love it. And I'm using the same lip liner I used on my lower lash line for the eye look, and just lining my lips and filling my lips in with that same lip pencil, just to make sure that the lipstick I go in lasts longer for one, and two, is sharper. So I'm using this liquid lip suede from NYX, and it's like a black plum, and I love this color. Like, I'm so obsessed. And just applying that to my lips. And what's really cool about these is that they dry down like a liquid lipstick, but in like a slower fashion, and they do become matte, but not like a drying matte. And like, I totally am in love with like this formula, and I totally forgot how good it is. But yeah, it like goes on and looks like satiny, and then it dries down and it's matte. So I'm gonna put on my wig, and here's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and make sure to follow my social media accounts as well. And yeah, I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.